What to do when panic attacks. You see, panic attacks can originate from a big difference between what we are living and what we want to live, whether it's conscious or unconscious, or what we are meant to live. You see, there is oftentimes a gap between where the soul wishes to, or better said, must head, and where the ego wants to go. This generates anxiety, restlessness, and sometimes even panic attacks, for the soul simply must speak. It acts like a good friend and a loving partner who tells us that the path we are taking is not the right one for us. If almost everything is possible, there are choices that can lead us astray and make us waste precious time. So, what we need to do is slow down. Give the time to our mind to align with our soul, and not to make hasty and emotional choices, for this is not the time. It is difficult to slow down when we have panic attacks because they are very unsettling and make us feel a fake urge to act. However, acting would mean, in those circumstances, a desperate attempt to flee from an intense and overwhelming situation and feeling. Breathe, hold your ground, and breathe again, and more, until you realize that there is a part of you that remained unaffected by panic, and this part is your higher self. I do not speak in theory only. The above truly and really works. Try it. Now that you realize it was only your mind that was overwhelmed, and understandably, just like a bubble designed to receive an energy equivalent to 60 watts, suddenly receives a charge of 100 watts, it must react. That energy of 100 watts represents the strength with which our soul is heading to a certain direction and wants to guide us to it. When it enters in conflict with where our brain wants to go, it produces panic. Therefore, again, allow your mind to align with your soul and all will be fine. It is not only a question of, merely regaining a calm state, but knowing where the panic dwells and connect to the part of yourself that remained untouched by it. Once there, you will be able to see with absolute clarity what is happening, and you will be able to slow down more easily until you receive further information from the broader part of yourself, or God. I always try to break things down in a way I can explain them to myself and therefore to others. This panic attack situation looks like when a child thinks it is the end of the world because something happened to him or her. For instance, the child failed at a sports event or an exam, while the parent knows it is not, by far, the end of the world. It is the same for us. We have an inner child, of course, that remains within us always, but in this case, I'm talking more specifically about the mind. The mind is like that child, and the soul like the parent, who remains unimpressed by events. The difficulty is that both the mind and the parent are inside of us. So it is sometimes difficult to make the difference, but not impossible. Try and dissociate, and you will see it so clearly that you will want to laugh about it. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video. Please like, comment, and subscribe.